Deputy Ferris. 2 minutes.
Minister, on Saturday past, I visited St Mary's of the Angels along with Councillor Damien Quigg. We met with the residents and we met with staff. Currently, there are 76 residents in St Mary's of the Angels, and 16 residents are affected as they are housed in 2 units, St Brendan's and St Filda's, 9 and 7 respectively. They are responding to the Healy Rae report and the response at St John of God Services to the non-compliance and issues regarding 2 of the living conditions. That's in St Filda's and St Brendan's. And apparently St John of God's position is consultation agreement with the HSE to set up a national joint task force to progress the decongregation of St Mary's of the Angel as a national pilot site. St Filda's is prioritised one, and this plan is in agreement with the HSE. Obviously, this has caused consternation among some of the residents and their family ones. Some of the parents have already been contacted by St Mary of the Angels about a proposed move for their children to various sites around Kerry in the communities. Some have been told the names of the sons and daughters are on the list for council houses. While none of the parents would disagree with residents that are not totally dependent and would be able to survive in a move-on community and so forth, that's a given. But an awful lot of the residents there have been there a long time. Some of them going back 29 years have been there, and it is their home away from home, and they are used to the services that there. And there is an excellent service there, and I would like if you had a chance that you could visit it and see for yourself. In that services, you have a general practitioner who visits the centres each week. You have an out-of-hour GP service. You have regular medical assessments, on-site services, allied health specialist services, speech and language, occupational therapy, massage, music therapy, physiotherapy. You also have a hydrotherapy pool, special sensory rooms and heated water bed. And it is a fantastic service, servicing Kerry and beyond. And I would like to get your response to it. I hope that what we're hearing is not true, because if a bit of investment from the government on the 2, the St Filda's and the St Brendan's centres would solve the issue.
Thank you very much. Deputy Healy Rae.
Very much, Councillor, and thank you to Minister for taking this very important question. You see, I'm asking you to reverse the decision that's being made here by the HSE and St John of God's, because not alone are they talking about moving 17 patients or people out of these wards, they're talking about closing down the whole lot, Minister. And this is HSE policy, we're told, going back as far as national policy that was ordained sometime back in 2011. Now, one size doesn't fit all, and I'm sorry, but some of these people here are not fit. Many of them are not fit to live on their own, and I see for myself on last Friday. And all right, if there are some, and we'd all be delighted with that, if some of them could make it in the outside world and in communities. But it's my firm belief, it's the belief of many of the families involved, that this is only an opportunity or a try by the HSE to throw the responsibility back in the families, back on old people that is giving them enough to do to mind themselves, back on brothers and sisters maybe that have their own families and are in a tough struggle to survive as it is. Yes, they come home for weekends and at different times, and that's very appreciative. The cost of keeping one person in a house in a community is costing at the present €600. The HSE does, and the country doesn't have that kind of money. When you see an elderly woman, 89 years of age, had 2 hours home help per week, it's now cut to 1. Hospital beds aren't available for patients that need an operation, and operations are being held up. I'm asking you, Minister, how much time has this taken up on the officials of the HSE involved in this project? Is this how valuable money is being spent? I just want to thank the staff and the people that are working there for the loving care and attention that they're giving those people, and the families. They're part of an extended family. They work together and they have provided a great service. I'm asking you, Minister, not to break this up.
Thank you very much. Minister.
Okay.
4 minutes.
First of all, I want to thank Deputy Martin Ferris and also Deputy Danny Healy Rae, and I've also been talking to a number of your colleagues, including your brother Michael Healy Rae, over the last 24 hours in relation to this particular issue. Can I say, first of all, it's important that when we're dealing with this issue, that we also look at what are the facts and what is happening as well on the ground. And of course, I will always listen to public reps and listen to concerns of parents. In June 2011, the report Time to Move On from Congregated Settings, a strategy for community inclusion, was published by the HSE. The report identified that approximately 4,000 people, individuals with disabilities, lived in congregated type settings, defined as where 10 or more people resigned in a single living unit are campus based. It found that, notwithstanding the commitment and initiative of dedicated staff and management, that there was a significant number of people still experiencing institutional living conditions where they lack basic privacy, dignity and their lives apart from any community and family. The St John of God services in Kerry has been identified as one of the priority areas for decongregation. The HSE is committed to working with St John of God services and the families to transition 17 residents in ward-style accommodation from the current unsuitable accommodation on the campus to more appropriate settings in the local community. The HSE has put in place comprehensive transition plans, which includes, and this is very important for everybody here today in this debate, extensive engagement with the person themselves, with their families, with their carers and with their advocates, as well as the service provider, to ensure that successful and sustainable transitions into their community. And I think that's an important point to remember. In May 2014, all families received correspondence from St John of God Services advising them that a development committee was being set up to plan and explore what service users and their families, the community options available within the county and a strategy for future housing requirements. Reassurance was given to families that individual plans would be made in conjunction with each person and with each family member. In April 2015, at the regular Family Forum meeting, an overview of the HICA regulations and an update in relation to decongregation was provided. Throughout 2015 and 16, the primary focus of St John of God Kerry Services has been on addressing the high-risk areas of the HICA Action Plan, and in particular issues relating to fire safety. There was significant consultation with the residents and their families while this work was undertaken, as some residents were temporarily relocated while the work was completed. On the 18th of September 2016, a family forum meeting took place and discussions were held around the HICA inspections and decongregation. Concerns were raised and many family members were concerned that their relative would not be suitable for community living. It was agreed that a family representative group would be set up, and a meeting with the senior management of St John of God Kerry Services was also agreed. In total, 78 people currently reside on the Beaufort campus will ultimately be supported over a number of years to move to more suitable accommodation in the community, dependent on the available funding and sourcing suitable houses in the community. Earlier this year, I announced that we are providing €100 million in capital funding from now until 2021 to ensure that people are able to move out of congregated settings and into their own homes in the community. And I want to emphasise this to Deputy Martin Ferris and Deputy Danny Healy Rae, that appropriate supports and resources are being put in place to ensure that people are supported as they move out of residential centres. I also want to assure any concerned resident family members that the process and this is important to the debate, of moving a person with disabilities out of a congregated setting is not something that happens overnight. The process of moving people to more suitable accommodation in the community will take place over a number of years and will be done, and I emphasise, in full consultation with all residents and with all of the families.
Thank you very much, Minister. Now we're running badly over time. A minute each. A minute, Deputy Ferris, please.
Thank you for your response, Minister. And while I don't doubt your sincerity in relation to the residents in St Mary's with the Angels, effectively here you have two units, St Filda's and St Brendan's, that is the ones that are concerned. But the other 60 residents are housed in chalets and state-of-the-art facilities. But it would appear from your answer that the whole of St Mary's is about to be closed down over a period of time. From the people I have spoken to, they have said that they had no consultation as of yet. I hope that will be the case. They have also huge concern and worry because their loved ones have been there, as I said, one person for up to 29 years, and they have no other home. The parents and the relatives of the residents there are very, very satisfied and spoke glowingly of the treatment of both staff and the facilities up there.
All right,
and
thank you.
You know,
Thank you,
a lot of the money used in relation to St Mary's at the Angels was money that was raised locally by local people
All right,
when the state failed them.
Thank you, Deputy Healy Rae. You have a minute.
Thank you very much. St Mary of the Angels should have been the last place to be decongregated, because, as I know it, its tranquility, the beauty of where it is sitting between the Carrantoul, the mountains of Carrantoul, and the beautiful Beaufort and the Lone. It's in the heart of the county. It's central in the county, accessible to everyone equally. If there is a problem with the two wards, I suggest, like the people locally are saying, why not build more bungalows on the land? He got the land for nothing from a retired farmer and his daughter. Is this what he wants to do with it? To close it down and to sell it off for more money for some other idea, or to pay more HSE officials? I'm asking you, Minister, to go down there yourself and look at this place, because what's going on here is wrong, and what's being proposed is wrong, and you won't know or realise what we're talking about till you see it for yourself.
All right.
And if we don't do that, you'll hear plenty more about it, because it won't be closed very easily.
Thank you, Deputy. Minister, 2 minutes to conclude.
I want to thank my colleagues, and I also want to thank you for the invitation as well. And I will seriously consider that invitation, because I have spent the whole summer visiting centres all over the country, and I haven't got as far as Kerry yet, but I tell Deputy Ferris and Deputy Healy Rae that I go down and absolutely visit the centre, because I was delighted to see it. But can I just say as well, and I'll be honest with you all, that I disagree with some of the points you're raising in relation to, I want to end the whole idea of persons with disabilities in large institutions. Now that's my policy, and that's my vision, and that's my plan. I have 100 million at my disposal over 5 years to do something about that. And of course, I listened to what Danny said and what Martin said in relation to the fears and the concerns of parents. And I do take the point that in the past, people were moved into the community, inverted commas, and there was no services there. Well, that's not going to happen, as far as I'm concerned, on my watch as Minister. The second point I'll say as well, of course, you have to be very vigilant about how the money is spent. I do accept your point. You said there was no consultation. That's not acceptable, because our plan for the future, and I just after leaving a meeting there with, say, Michael's House up in my office 20 minutes ago, and Michael's House services run fantastic services, but they have a key thing in relation to parents' forums, consultation with parents, and letting parents and families make the decisions that suit their. One size doesn't fit all. I accept that argument. I accept that argument totally. But what the point I'm making is that we need to have an equal partnership between the service providers and the persons with disabilities. But can I also say, I came across a centre 2 days ago in Dublin City who started the process of moving out from congregated settings into smaller units in the community, and the staff transferred with them. And can I say that the CEO of that company told me it was very difficult for some of the staff and some of the individuals for the first few weeks. And some of the staff themselves had been so long working in the institution, they became institutionalised themselves. But
All right,
having
thank
said
you,
that,
Minister.
they're now in the community. The services are with the 4 people in this beautiful house out in the South Dublin. And that's the way I want to go forward.
All right.
But finally, can I say, as far as I'm concerned, the days of institutions are over, but I will listen to parents and I will do it in full consultation.
Thank you very
with them.
much.
Thank
The
you.
third item is in the name of Deputy Ailments.